Hi everyone, welcome to the Bourbon Obsessed New Bourbon Releases News Podcast, your commercial-free and therefore money-free bourbon podcast for Monday, December 22nd. I am Ed, and I am joined today by my wonderful and knowledgeable wife, Karen. Karen, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
My pleasure. So did you do anything interesting this week in bourbon?
Yes, actually last night was my favorite. We did
a lot of things.
Yeah, we went to the Maker's Mark dinner at Maker's Mark, and it was a Wagyu, how do you say?
Yeah, Wagyu
beef dinner featuring the Cellar Age series 2023 through 25, and it was fantastic. The food was out of this world. Can't say enough good things about it. Yeah. No,
it was fantastic. And for people that don't know, that it all ties together because, as you know, Maker's Mark is green or B certified, and they have their own small herd of Wagyu cattle. So that is where the Wagyu came from. And then they also have their sheep, which I guess is where the lambs came from.
Yeah.
And vegetables, everything I think is either on the farm or local. So it all ties together. It's not just let's randomly do a Wagyu dinner, although there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But the food was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And,
it was basically 4 courses and
5.
Well, yeah, 5. It was very, very good.
Yep.
Yes. So that was enjoyable.
And then we did do a lot of other cool things too. We did the Normandy blending class and learned all about Calvados from Dan Calloway at Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Good. Yeah.
We did the tasting with Jazz, their national brand ambassador, the night before.
Yes.
And we went to the Heaven Hill Connoisseur Circle.
The Connoisseur Club had their
circle
final get-together of the year.
Which was also very nice.
Yeah, which was very nice.
So, we did a lot of great things this week, right?
Yeah, I was busy.
Yeah. Time to relax.
Yes. Almost.
All right, so amazingly, the new releases have actually slowed down a little bit, so we can breathe easily and move onward.
For a little bit.
Yes, for a very little bit. Alrighty, so we'll start. Old Forester released the latest entry in their 117 series, Prohibition Era Still Proof, bottled at 130 proof. It debuted on Repeal Day, the date marking the end of Prohibition in 1933, when the 21st Amendment restored Americans' right to enjoy bourbon once again. The limited release honors Old Forester's history as one of the few distilleries legally permitted to produce whiskey for medicinal purposes during Prohibition. The 130 proof was chosen because Old Forester was distilled to that proof during the 100-day distiller's holiday that took place during Prohibition a few years before it ended so that people could replenish their stocks. It's available in limited quantities online and at select Kentucky retailers for around $65 for a 375 milliliter bottle. What do you think of that?
Well, what I thought was interesting, I didn't realize there was a 100-day production holiday for them to restore.
I mean, holiday's not really the right word.
No, but that's what
it's called.
That's what it was called.
Yeah.
So I was doing a little reading.
Yeah. Really, you didn't remember? We've been told.
It didn't ring a bell, but it actually started in 1929 in December at the very end. So they started distilling the 6 distilleries that were able to still sell and they were allowed to distill. But then, interesting, as I continue reading, it turns out that all that whiskey they distilled was just got them ahead of the game for when Prohibition was repealed.
Right, it wasn't ready.
They didn't really need it, and it wasn't ready. So those guys got a leg up on everybody else once Prohibition was repealed. So,
there was a lot that went on behind the scenes during Prohibition and who actually sold and all that. But right, so I mean, just to refresh, the medicinal whiskey was technically supposed to be bottled in bond, so
100
it couldn't be ready for 4 years after that date. So that was really looking forward towards the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I guess they didn't know how long Prohibition was going to last, so they were just kind of covering the bases.
I think the writing was well on the wall at that point.
Was.
But yeah, so then they chose this 130 proof as they say, and I haven't tried this one yet. I mean, we'll try it
Probably
eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, I think when I heard about it originally, I mean, I guess it sort of does have a cool story, but 130 proof a number of years ago was a very exciting thing in the Old Forester world because before the barrel proof single barrels came out, but now. Don't really want to say a dime a dozen, but they are on shelves everywhere. So you can buy a high proof.
I still think 130 is pretty high because their barrels don't get that high generally.
Well, they're climate controlled.
Yeah.
But
so
temperature controlled.
Yeah.
But they get up there. Yeah.
Probably tasty.
Yeah. Try it someday.
Yeah. Give it a go.
Sure. All right. So moving on. Old Hickory Bourbon announced the launch of 2 new limited edition age-stated whiskeys, the Hermitage Reserve 12-year-old straight rye bottled in bond and the Hermitage Reserve 15-year-old barrel-proof whiskey. Founded in 1868 in Fayette County, Kentucky, Old Hickory survived Prohibition and was revived in 1933 before being acquired by R.S. Lipman Company in 2011. According to the company, the new 12 and 15-year releases reflect the belief that great bourbon is earned, not rushed, emphasizing extended aging and careful barrel selection. The bottled in bond rye is 100 proof, as would have to be for bottled in bond, and the 15-year-old barrel proof whiskey is 110 proof, but we don't have the prices for those.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize I'm not really familiar with Old Hickory, but when it said it was originally out of Fayette County, I was like, But I think it was closer to Frankfurt. Supposedly, it was on, I can't remember the name of the road. But then it moved to, according to their website, to Tennessee, where they produced. And then I guess it, like everybody else, quit distilling long before in Tennessee before Prohibition.
Well, R.S. Lipton's in Tennessee, as far as I know.
Yeah, they're in Tennessee, but then it was revived by another company after Prohibition for a while, and then it went out of public, which was interesting, public distilling. But so that's kind of cool. I didn't realize that one came out of Fayette County, but have you tried there?
Not those, but it's been a long time. It was actually in the summer of 2023 when I think I reviewed their 10-year whiskey. Okay. And I remember thinking it was very good, but they hadn't come out with anything since then as far as I know.
It's produced in Indiana, right? Yes. They produce mash bills in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, according to their website.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I'd like to try these because I remember, I believe that I have in my head that the other whiskey I reviewed, the 10-year, was a pretty high proof. I feel like it was a light whiskey, but I'd have to go back and take a look at that. But anyway, this one, it's interesting how this one, they have one again that's called just a whiskey. So
yeah, yeah, we don't have it around here though, as far as I know. That's probably why I don't remember seeing it on the shelves here.
No, we don't really see it. But anyway, so now that they have 2 more releases out, maybe we'll see them a little more.
Yeah, everybody likes bottled in bond.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm pretty.
A 12-year-old.
I'd like to try a 12-year-old bottled in bond rye, so maybe we can get a hold of some of these. All right, so next, Wilderness Trail Distillery has unveiled a rare, limited edition 10-year wheated bourbon created to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the historic Wilderness Road. This marks only the second public release of a 10-year-old bourbon from the distillery, and it became available exclusively at the Wilderness Trail Distillery Visitor Center on December 12th. The barrel-proof small batch release features a unique mash bill of 51% corn, 45% wheat, and 4% malted barley, a recipe never before bottled by the distillery. Only 3 10-year-old barrels were hand-selected for this release, and once sold, no additional releases of it are planned. It's got a suggested retail price of $200, and it's bottled at 122 proof. So this really is limited. Three barrels, and what did they say? It wasn't a big yield out of them either. It was like 270, 360. Yep. It's not a lot of bottles in this. So they're using.
Did you taste it there? You didn't taste it there.
I didn't taste it there, but I tasted it because I was
you did
given
get
a sample.
Yeah, you were graciously given a sample.
Yes, graciously.
Yes. Yeah.
By our good friend Haley.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is exciting.
Oh, yeah. And it's cool. It's a different mash bill. I remember smelling it and going, wow, that doesn't smell like Wilderness Trail. And
Right,
it turned
and
out it's not its regular mash bill.
Well, I thought the same thing when I tasted it, because I said to you, it tastes nothing like regular Wilderness Trail, and I can't explain this by it just being a couple years older than anything else. And then it turns out it's a completely different mash bill.
Yeah.
And 45% is a lot of wheat.
Yeah, because normally their mash bills are, 24% wheat.
24 or 26?
24.
24, okay.
Yeah.
I told
64,
you
24, 12.
I told you told you all she was knowledgeable.
64, 24,
that's why we have her on the show. Yeah. But yeah, so it's exciting, and we went down there that morning for the release, and we bought a couple bottles. Yeah. So but we've been fans of Wilderness Trail since
very exciting for
the
them.
very beginning.
Yeah.
The first releases. So so we're excited to see that, and good for them.
Yeah. Ready for 11 and 12 to come up.
Yeah. Well, 10 has come out twice now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Next, Heaven Hill Distillery has announced the fall 2025 edition of the Old Fitzgerald Bottled and Bond Decanter Series, an 11-year-old bourbon comprised of barrels distilled in fall 2014 and bottled in fall 2025. This marks the 16th national release in the series. It will be available in a 750 milliliter format on an allocated basis. It's bottled at 100 proof, bottled and bond, and meeting all bottled and bond requirements. The fall 2025 edition carries a suggested retail price of around $160 and features the series' signature black fall label and ornate decanter design inspired by historic Old Fitzgerald packaging.
Well, so apparently 11 year is the sweet spot for Heaven Hill.
Right. It's the third 11-year
Oh, no.
released in the last 12 months.
Okay, but it's number 5.
I know.
It'll be number 5. It'll be, because there was the VVS that was the recent VVS.
Well, it was last fall, so it was fall 2024. It was the VVS that was released this summer, and it's fall 2025. So yes, it had those older ones, but 3 out of the last 4 releases have been 11-year-old, which is interesting.
The first one was in 2018, and then 2021.
Well, that was the first one. Mm-hmm. Like the first of ever.
Yeah, it was bottled spring of 2018.
Series.
Yeah. And then the second one was fall.
Where we have Danny Potter's signature on it, because he was master distiller back then.
Yes. Yeah. So 11 is the number, apparently.
I mean, the 11s are generally good. They always seem to me. I haven't tried this one yet, although I do have a sample of it upstairs. But it's they always seem a little more oaky than I would expect for their age. I believe I've said that in my other reviews of them.
Yeah, they didn't say what warehouses they come from, so
no,
you don't know.
But we'll see. I mean, this one could be different, and I'm not. Yeah, so. Yeah, 11 year.
It's exciting.
Yeah, they're always cool. Exciting releases. Yeah, I always get a little indigestion. I know. We're going to have to track these down.
Yeah. It's a challenge, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, Whiskey Thief Distilling has released Donner and Blitzen, which the distillery says is finished in a cinnamon barrel for a smooth seasonal spice. Aged 8 years and featuring a flavor note of Christmas cinnamon toast, this bourbon is available at Whiskey Thief's Franklin County Farm Distillery and Louisville Tasting Room, as well as online via their website. And it's priced at $75 for a 370 milliliter bottle, and it's bottled at 100 proof, and there are only 100 bottles available. So it's pretty limited, but I included it since it is available online. And it sounded interesting.
How long is it in the barrel?
I don't think we know. I'm not sure we know any.
Do you know what a cinnamon barrel is?
No, a barrel that holds cinnamon.
Well, right.
But
why would cinnamon be in a barrel? Apparently, it is a barrel that has held cinnamon flavored whiskey, is what I could find out.
Is that from them?
No. Nobody's really, yeah. It doesn't sound like, this doesn't actually sound all that common, but that's, yeah. Hold on.
But we don't know this for a fact.
So 477 Distilling that's how they did their cinnamon whiskey, flavored whiskey, is they used a barrel that had previously held...
Fireball?
It doesn't say Fireball necessarily, but it's held cinnamon flavored whiskey. Huh. So it leaves that flavor in there, I guess, after it's,
Well, that could be. I mean, we'd have to get clarification on this.
Yeah.
So we don't know this for a fact about this one, folks.
No, but I don't know. How do you explain it any other way?
I don't know. We need to get a cinnamon expert on the show. Maybe some cinnamon's aged in barrels.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna say Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
We'll ask Lisa Wicker the next time we see her.
Yes, that would be a good question for Lisa Wicker.
Yeah.
But that makes sense, is to use that barrel. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, funny they don't say that though. They just say cinnamon barrel, and then everybody's wondering what that is.
Yeah, that was my first question.
I know,
what the hell's
me
a
too.
Cinnamon barrel?
I just figured I'd take it.
We've heard of a lot of barrels, but that's
right.
not what I've heard of.
I figure I don't know everything about barrels. I'll take cinnamon. I've heard of cinnamon sticks, so maybe it was a barrel built out of cinnamon sticks.
Well, there are cinnamon barrels, the little candy. Remember the little barrel candy that's cinnamon flavored? But yeah, that's not it.
Okay. All right then.
That's a lot of work for that.
Right, moving on to our next one.
Yep.
So another local distillery here, Larrikin Bourbon Company, recently released a Deep Purple Batch 4, a bold 9-year bourbon bottled at 132.45 proof. It seems like everything we're mentioning lately from them is at a quite a high proof.
Yeah.
This Kentucky Straight bourbon whiskey was built on a classic mash bill of 75 corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. It's priced at $300 for a 750 milliliter bottle, and there are only 67 available, 30 for purchase online and 37 at the distillery. And to buy it online, you have to also have another Larrikin spirit in your shopping cart, and then it will unlock being able to add it to your shopping cart. So they don't want people just grabbing those
popping in for that. Yeah.
Well, 67, that's not a lot.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So yeah, we haven't tried this. I mean,
you haven't tried it?
No, I haven't tried any of the deep purples.
It's a little pricey for the age, but I guess
Yeah, it's definitely a little pricey.
The proof is up there, so that helps to balance it out. But yeah, it's probably pretty good.
I'm sure
a short
pretty
barrel.
Good. I mean, it is pretty pricey because I mean that if you do the $10 a year thing, we're way over at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've never tried any of these, so...
Yeah. What is the Deep Purple? Is that a line? Is that one of their lines? I'm not super familiar.
I think it's this line is the only...
Okay.
Yeah, right. I don't honestly know the significance of purple, but those little kangaroos are purple.
Yeah.
So...
Well, you've reviewed some of their other...
Yeah.
A lot of their other bottles.
I don't think they were purple.
Yeah. So. Yeah, well, this is something to check out for sure.
Well, it's going to be hard to check out, but we'll try to with only 67.
Yeah,
well, we can stop there.
Yeah. It's around the corner.
Yep. All right. Next is for all our San Antonio Spurs fans out there. Garrison Brothers Distillery has partnered with the San Antonio Spurs to release a limited edition Spurs single barrel bourbon celebrating the team's Nike NBA City Edition uniforms for the 2025-2026 season. The uniforms were inspired by the team's 1990 warm-up jackets and were first introduced in the 2021 season. The release is bottled at 94 proof and features hand-dipped wax in silver and teal, along with a custom label inspired by the City Edition design. In addition, each bottle comes in a custom-branded bag. The release is part of the multi-year partnership established in 2023, which named Garrison Brothers an official partner of the Spurs. A total of 1,380 bottles will be released, with 180 bottles available at the Garrison Brothers gift shop in High, Texas, and an additional 1,200 bottles available through select San Antonio retailers. The suggested retail price is around $110. So for Spurs and Garrison Brother fans, there's
Yeah, that's not a bad price. I mean, their single barrels are usually right around $100 anyway. So to have a association with the Spurs, if you're a fan, that'd be a cool bottle to get. Yeah, and we've been down there. We enjoyed their distillery, and you enjoyed their whiskey upon occasion.
Yeah, Garrison Brothers, not the Spurs.
No, not the Spurs. Yeah. Garrison Brothers, yeah.
But I mean, I had to look up these uniforms, so but yeah, they. But so I added that little bit in. So they are inspired by those old warm-up jackets, and they were then revived, and now being revived again.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah. And then one other Garrison Brothers thing we've talked about in the past was about their cowboy bourbon, because the press release came out at the beginning of November. So I talked about it. I had it in my newsletter then, and we talked about it. But they just actually recently released it.
The bottles just hit the shelves.
Yeah, well, were released at the distilleries, so probably hitting shelves around now.
Yeah.
So Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon, which is an annual yearly limited release, is hitting shelves now.
It was 8 year and 140 something proof.
They're always pretty.
They're really high.
Potent. Yeah.
They're really high proof. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they're aged at least 8 years. There's only 10,000 bottles available for 2025, and it carries a retail price of around $250.
Yeah, that's been the same for a while now.
Yeah. It's a good bourbon.
Yeah, check it out.
All right, so moving on. So this is our last one. Amazingly, this is the shortest.
We're already to the end
episode. Okay. Yeah, well, it is the holiday season, and the number of releases are amazingly small. I mean, less than half of what they've been for every week the last 3 since August. Yeah. So it's crazy. So the World Whiskey Society has introduced the Doc Holliday Huckleberry Flavored Whiskey, its first flavored whiskey and newest addition to the Doc Holliday series. Inspired by the legendary catchphrase of Doc Holliday, "I'm your Huckleberry," this expression is huckleberry flavored and bottled at approximately 35 ABV or 70 proof, with a suggested retail price of $45. According to Alex Cogan, the CEO of World Whiskey Society, our master blender has crafted a classic whiskey profile, enhanced with the sweet, tart taste of fresh huckleberries, achieving a perfect balance of richness and refreshment. The Doc Holliday Huckleberry Edition is available on the World Whiskey Society online shop and at select retailers nationwide.
Yeah. What's a huckleberry?
Yeah, I think you're going to tell me.
I think I am. It's a small wild berry which is related to the blueberry. Okay. I guess it's prominent in the Pacific Northwest.
I feel like we've had huckleberry jam or pie or something.
We probably had jam. I'm not sure I've ever had huckleberry and yogurt or anything like that.
And I guess I never saw the movie where this phrase was said.
No, I've heard. Yes, I've heard. I knew the phrase.
Well, they said that he really said it in real life, and it just basically means "I'm your man."
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, I've certainly never had a huckleberry. Well, I'm not an expert on flavored whiskeys either, but I haven't ever had a huckleberry one or heard of it.
What possessed them to do that? I think that's interesting. It's nothing like usually what the World Whiskey Society releases. I mean, they do interesting things, but usually it's higher proof and.
Well, honestly, I don't know if they've ever released a flavored whiskey in the past. They have a vast amount of releases.
I know, but usually it's older, and they get their whiskey from all different sources. Yeah. And
well, it makes sense. I mean, they're tying it in with the Doc Holliday story.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I got to say, if it wasn't a slow week, we wouldn't be talking about it, but it is, so we are.
Well, it probably would go well in cocktails, would be my guess. It'd be a great thing to put into cocktails.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe
Huckleberry old fashioned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, actually, could be good.
Yeah.
Huh?
good spring cocktail.
Except
Yeah.
it's the middle of winter. Actually, it's the first day of winter. We got a ways to go. These ideas, save it, hun. Remind me in a few months.
Right.
Alrighty, you got anything else?
Hey Siri. No. Any news? No. Not
Alrighty.
really. Unless you. Yeah, I'm good.
I will. It's a short one this week,
Yeah,
so that about does it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of the Bourbon Obsessed New Bourbon Releases podcast, your commercial-free and therefore money-free bourbon podcast. We'll be back next Monday for our Bourbon and Distillery News podcast, and I expect that's going to be a pretty slow week, too.
Yeah, well, a lot of
Christmas.
A lot of places are closed on Wednesday,
Yeah.
Thursday.
So
Yeah.
I guess we'll talk about the Claremont Distillery closure. I'd like to get a little more information about that, but
Yes.
and just how that really impacts things, since they do have another gigantic distillery that they can produce at.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we'll see what happens then. Also, be sure to like and follow us at your preferred podcast provider so that you don't miss an episode, and don't forget to tell all of your friends too. You can also head over to bourbonobsessed.com to check out some of our over 350 bourbon reviews and over 50 distillery write-ups. While you are there, you can also sign up to have my newsletters delivered directly to your inbox. Finally, I can be found on Instagram at bourbon_obsessed and on Facebook at Bourbon Obsessed, and would love for me to follow you there as well. Karen, where can they find you?
I am not available on social media.
Okay, and there you have it. And, well, we don't have anything to cheers with, but we can give a plug to our friends at Preservation Distillery.
Yeah,
since
we put the bottle up because it turns out we were both wearing.
Purely by coincidence,
Yeah,
were we
Preservation
both wearing
gear.
it, and we are fans, so we're happy to
So
give them a shout out.
yeah, we have the very old Saint Nick 8-year. So
Okay, everybody, we'll see you soon. Happy holidays, Merry
happy
Christmas,
holidays,
and
everybody.
see you soon.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bye.